A few people were asking that I make this video, and that's enough to make me want to make the video. It doesn't really have to be a whole lot of people asking for something. It just has to be 1 or 2 people, and I figured why not. Throughout the process, I didn't really do that very many things different. I mainly just stuck to trying to get the lighting right, the colors right, and some of the dodging and burning. Those are pretty much the 3 things that I focused on. In fact, recording this voiceover was a little bit tricky because there's not a whole lot to say. It's basically just lighting, dodging and burning, and coloring, basically. Also, you can find this still from the 2nd season of Stranger Things. The artwork I made isn't really related to Stranger Things. I just downloaded the image because I liked how it looked, and I figured it had some potential for me to make something out of it eventually. So I basically just made this for fun. It's not really related to the show. And the lighting is already on point, so there isn't a whole lot I had to do. I basically just had to enhance the lighting that was already there. But the lighting already worked for me because the light source is coming from in front of her. All I had to do was make everything a little bit more darker so that we can justify the intensity of the lighting that's coming from the machine. Because if you have that much of intense lighting coming from in front of you up so close, then the dark areas are going to be even darker. So one of the key things I did was basically try to work with the image instead of trying to work against it. One of the tools that really helped me through this process is Blend If. That was the best tool I could possibly use throughout this process because whenever I would paint the highlights, they would start overlapping with the shadows. So I don't want lighting on my shadows because it just makes everything look a little bit more uneven. So Blend If really got rid of the overlapping lighting on the dark areas, and that just made everything look a little bit more realistic. For the tentacles, they didn't actually have any other lighting that I needed, so I pretty much had to add that myself. I am using a Wacom tablet, but you don't really need one. But if you're going to do it with your mouse, you do have to be a bit more patient. When I made this the first time, which was around 3, maybe even 4 years ago, I can't really remember when it was, but when I made this the first time, I was using a mouse, and I just had to be very, very patient. The way I do the rim light or the lighting in general, I have more than one way of doing it. It really depends on how it works with the image. I'll probably switch from one method to the other. I don't really have one way of doing everything, but my preferred way is whichever way gives me the most control. I try to have the lighting on one layer and the coloring on another so that I have the most control over each of those things separately. Also, if you want a tutorial about this, you can just leave a comment and I'll eventually get to it. Here's the before and after for comparison. If you want to download this image and work on it yourself, I'll leave it in the description or in the first comment of this video. In the meantime, if you want to see more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram. The link will be down in the first comment. Also, there's a few download links here and there in the comment section of some of these videos that I've posted for the PSDs that you see me working on in these videos. Not all of them, because some of them are actually client work and I obviously can't sell those belong to the client. But some of these that I make on my own time, you can actually purchase for a very low price, and it actually helps support the channel. You can just look through the video and see the comment. So if you're interested in that, you can use the layered PSDs and all the assets that come with it and see how everything is structured. And that's pretty much it. If you like the video, just leave a comment. If there's anything specific you want me to talk about or make a tutorial about, just leave a comment and I'll eventually get to it.